Hi, this is Dan again from CleanGuru, and today we were going to talk about the question. You get to do a bid, you're doing a walkthrough, and so you've gone through the tour of the building. What is the one thing that you should make sure you do that day? Actually, it'd be better if you did it before you left the parking lot, and in fact, it would be ideal if you did it before you even left the building on the walkthrough. Well, what is it? It's not going to sound like a big deal, but let me prove to you that it is. It's this: go over your notes. Now, I know that doesn't sound exciting, but give me a chance to maybe prove to you that it can be a very big deal. And again, here we go. Learn from our experience, Tony and I. Here's an example. Have you ever gone through bids like we've gone through? You're doing a walkthrough, and I mean it is a physical effort. I've been through a lot of different buildings, large buildings, manufacturing buildings, factories. I mean, we're covering some ground. I've been in I remember a shipyard we did, huge facility. We were crawling up in different ladder systems. We're going through different floors. And by the way, the contact who's giving me the tour, well, he's in a hurry. So he said, we're going to have to really run through this. So I'm making notes as I'm going, and we're taking measurements and making notes. And this could be a couple hours of this, and we're really covering ground. And by the end of this, when we finally hit the last building, he says, okay, that's it, we'll talk to you later. Well, when you walk out to your car to head back to your office, the last thing you're going to want to do is sit down and take 15 minutes to go over your notes. At least that's the way we felt. In fact, I felt like I wanted to close my eyes and take a nap because it was really strenuous, because you're not only doing the physical part of doing the walkthrough, you're thinking too at the same time. You're trying to understand what kind of area is this, how much cleaning is going to go on, square footage, floor type. You're really working during this time, so it's very exhausting. And it can be very tempting to just throw down your notes and say, heck, I'm going to head back to the office and I'll go back over this. Well, we did that. But when I went back over those notes a couple days later, they didn't mean much to me. I couldn't remember what all the different things I had written down. And by the way, I know I should have written down detailed notes, but again, remember, he was in really a hurry. So we're like putting shorthand notes down, jotting down things as we go through just to keep up. So it was not ideal circumstances. But the problem is I didn't take the time to review my notes before I left. If I would have, I could have actually talked to him about it to clarify it, or maybe called about it, or at least it would have been fresh in my mind. When you're out in your car, or maybe there's a little office in the building that when you do a walkthrough that you can sit down with and go through your notes before you leave, it's the perfect time. The earlier, the better. The sooner, the better, because it's fresh in your mind, and your notes and the things you've jotted down all mean something to you. The embarrassing thing is when time goes by, and you can't remember, what did I mean there? What were they saying? What did they say about that? Well, it may be too late then. So learn from our experience. Even though you're tired during a walkthrough, take the time it only takes 10-15 minutes to kind of go through your notes and make some explanations. And if you get a chance, even to maybe ask your contact if you're still there. By the way, one last question on this, but at least go through it when it's fresh. So reviewing your notes. It seems like a small thing, but a lot of these small tips put together can really help you in your cleaning company. Okay, well, the next thing we want to talk about the next time we visit is this. Since we're talking about walkthroughs, a walkthrough to put together a bid, what is the one thing that you can do during your walkthrough that can really set you apart from nearly every other cleaning business because they're not doing it? What would this one thing be that could really set you apart during your walkthrough? We'll talk about it next time. I think you'll find it interesting. And until then, remember that you can do this. You really can.